Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Boketefe. Today we're going to be doing something bookish like we always do anytime you see me on your screen. So today we're going to be talking about Nora Roberts' book that's titled Brazen Virtue. This book has been adapted to become a major Netflix movie and it's going to be out sometime in January. I'm not certain, but from the trailer we're going to watch, would find out when it's going to come out. I have read Nora Roberts' works, and Brazen Virtue is one that I read recently. It was first published in the year 1988. I won't say I was really mind blown after reading this book, but I stumbled on this trailer on Instagram and I decided to talk about it on my channel. I haven't watched it. I just saw a book that's adapted or a book adaptation is coming to Netflix, and I decided to come and talk to you about it. So we're going to see what the trailer is going to be like, and I'll tell you my thoughts while I watch it. Yeah.
She didn't expect to die that night.
She had no enemies that she knew of. Her life was pretty unremarkable. And then it hit her. What if she had a secret life?
So first, from what I'm seeing on this, from the trailer, I can see that the book is not set in the 80s because sorry, the movie is not going to be set in the 80s because the book is actually set in the 80s. This seems to be set in modern times.
For some, the secret is a lot darker and a lot more dangerous.
Kath? Kathleen! Oh my god.
No.
I'm Detective Jennings. Did you know about your sister's clients?
What are you talking about? She was a teacher.
She connected to clients via webcam.
I know this is not one of my books, but I want to help on the case. This is personal.
Her character Desiree was becoming very popular.
And who knows the identity of your performers?
Just me, my mother, and my brother. It's a family business.
Have you spoken to her ex-husband? She was going to blackmail him.
His alibi is solid.
He's definitely hiding something.
Kathleen was such a gifted teacher. We're absolutely devastated by her loss.
Time to speak up if you know anything.
It's all the evidence of fraud that Kathleen was collecting.
Careful, Grace. Rein in your overactive imagination, or I will do it for you.
We got ourselves a serial killer.
Everybody has secrets, right?
So January 13th, we're expecting Brazen. I look forward to watching it because if I'm being honest with you, from the tweaks I have seen in this trailer, I think it's pretty exciting. The movie seems really exciting because the first tweak is that the movie is titled Brazen instead of Brazen Virtue. The book is titled Brazen Virtue, and that's number one change that was made. If I'm being honest with you, this seems really more exciting than the book. The book is pretty interesting because, come on, it's Nora Roberts. She's a talented mystery writer, romance writer, so she's really talented in this kind of work. However, Brazen Virtue is one that it was just pretty straightforward to me. There were OR moments, of course, in the book, but from what I'm seeing on the trailer, it seems more exciting than the book. First, the book is set in the 1980s. I think they would have left it set in the 1980s. Contemporary times seems to just, I don't know. I would have loved it if it was really set in the 1980s, just as it is in the book. About the book first. So, the book is pretty straightforward, and it's a suspense or mystery thriller because we are going to solve a murder. Journey to solving a murder. First, Gracie, an accomplished author, comes to town to see her sister, DC, and her sister had moved was once married to a successful lawyer, and they are divorced. So Kathleen had to move to another part of town. This part is pretty quiet, a lot of old buildings and the likes. So her celebrated sister, who is a big shot or big time author, comes to town to see her. These two sisters have different personalities. Kathleen, from the description, is much more quiet, calmer. She's more calculating. She's just more organized than Gracie. Although is an accomplished author, she's not like Kathleen. So you know those kind of things, that siblings are different in their own way. They were just like the normal sibling sisters. And when Grace comes to town, she's living with her sister. Her sister immediately tells her that she had involved herself in some kind of phone sex job, and Grace is not just surprised, she's also intrigued, because here was Caitlin, a quiet Caitlin who is just living her life. She was married to the perfect guy, had her family. She was just, those kind of people that go follow the rules. She was not a rule breaker. So for Grace to see that, okay, her sister Caitlin was involved in this kind of business, because unlike in the series, like in the trailer, because now the movie is going to be set in contemporary times, so they have to use webcams. But for the book, which is set in the 1980s, the Kathleen was actually talking to her clients via phone. And so this serial killer that eventually got to Kathleen actually tied the phone wire around her neck. So I really wish that they left the plot to be in 1980s. I would have loved to see that. I would have loved it so much. But okay, webcam, fine. So now that that Katie Grace found out that her sister is into this kind of business, Fantasy Incorporated, she's really confused, and she tells her sister, okay, which the writer in her. And when I was reading this part about Grace, I was laughing because writers always do this. You're telling them a story and they're just trying to forge out a story from your story. So when Grace heard that, okay, Kathleen is doing this, she was like, okay, can I sit in so that I can, because every little thing for Grace is a research for her book, for the next big book that she's going to write. Now that Gracie is in town, she's noticing some kind of changes in her sister. Besides the phone thing, which she found intriguing at first, but now her sister is having a lot of traits that she doesn't quite understand. And when she got home one day, she sees that she found her sister dead, and she just wants to uncover the murder or solve the murder by all means necessary, forgetting that this is not one of her books. This is actually reality, and a lot of bad things can happen when you're trying to uncover the truth. But at the same time, in as much as it looks really intriguing on the trailer, the book was pretty straightforward, because it was kind of ironic, because is it ironic as a word? Okay, I can't really find the word yet now, but for some reason it was pretty interesting, because we already knew who the culprit was, the killer was, the like that's us the readers, but the people in the book, the players in the book, did not really know that, okay, this is who is perpetrating this serial murder, because it was not only Kathleen that he attempted to kill another woman, and he also killed another lady he was speaking with on phone. So he was a serial killer, and it just kind of shows you the dark side of fantasy. This was a very young guy, he was barely 18, and he already had this darkness in him. I am excited to see this movie come January 13th, because I'm seeing a lot of changes, and you know how I'm always on the side of books, but I think I'm going to be on the side of this movie this time, because I'm seeing that they're talking about Kathleen is wearing some mask. I'm seeing silhouette. I'm seeing that she uncovering some secrets. This was not in the book. Kathleen was really as boring as they come. Yes, Kathleen was now struggling with substance abuse, which her sister found out. That's why she was not being so snappy and all of that. And she was also a divorcee that was trying to get her son back from her very rich and connected husband. But at the same time, I am seeing some pretty interesting scenes here, and I'm interested in watching this movie. I'm really interested. I actually imagine Ed, but I don't know why it's called Jennings. I don't know if I don't remember his last name, but he refers to himself as Jennings here. However, and this is Sam, his partner. Interesting look. I am I imagine Ed to be that's detective to be a black guy. I didn't even bother about um Nora Roberts' description of how Ed looks like. I just imagine him to be a black guy. So all through my imagination was a black guy and a white lady. That's just my imagination. That was my imagination. I don't know why I did that, but that was just my imagination. It just fit the part, especially at the beginning of the book where they first met. It just really a black guy just really suits that role. Him gardening and all of that, it just really suits the role for me. That's just it. Not, but I'm sure that this actor is great too. So yeah, let's wait for January 13th, and best be long to give you a full lowdown on my thoughts about my thoughts on this movie. But I think that this movie is going to be really interesting over the book. I can't believe I'm saying this, but yeah, let's wait and see. Thank you so much for watching. If you like my video, I do all things bookish. I do book recommendation, book reviews, books. I just everything's bookish on this channel. So do have to subscribe, leave a comment. Have you read any of Nora Roberts' works? Please let me know. Have you read this Brazen Virtue? Let me know too. And until next time, don't forget to subscribe so you can be notified whenever I upload any of my reviews. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this video. Do take good care of yourself, and goodbye.